Hey everybody, it's Greg Rice. We're here in the Bucket, Pawtucket, Rhode Island. And short-term rentals. Don't take the bait, is my opinion. A lot of people are jumping on the bandwagon. They're a little bit too late, I feel. So I'm going to sound off and I'm going to give you 5 reasons why I don't like short-term rentals as a long-term investment strategy. You know us, you know me. We are a slow and steady wins the race type of company. And a quick little metaphor or simile or whatever that's called. Here's long-term rentals, buy and hold. Here is Airbnb, VRBO, yada yada. Now what happens is they're both at the starting line. Okay? Here's the finish line. And in investment, there really is no finish line. But for the purposes of this story, there are. Now what happens is these two are going to take off at the same time. Fast and the Furious is going to take off going 1,000,000 miles an hour. It's going to look good. It's going to look sexy. Look at that wheel, nice and shiny, waving to your girlfriend. Okay? But what's going to happen is you're going to come down, you're going to lose control, and you're going to fucking crash. Meanwhile, little Sunoco Joe over here is chugging along. You got it? That's, in my mind, long-term versus short-term rentals. You're going to peel out. Look at all this money, yeah! Legislation, maintenance, competitive advantage, price. Meanwhile, little Joe over here, he's going through all those things. Boom, house bill. Boom, tax change. Boom, interest rate rises. Boom, prices change. Still bouncing off, slow and steady. So, what I'm trying to say here is that it's a volatile business. Short-term rentals are the most volatile of all rentals. Hotels are even less volatile than short-term rentals, as short-term rentals like Airbnb and VRBO go. So, that's what I want to talk about. And the number one thing, right to it. What are you going to do when there's state, local, maybe even federal legislation restricting or even banning your business? What are you going to do? When there was a big push during COVID to stop evictions, all of the landlords, right? Not all, but a big majority of the landlords coalesced, we got together, we unified under a common ground, and we asserted our dominance peacefully and struck down all these bills. Do you, as an Airbnb owner, have that ability? Is there a group? Is there an association? Is there a membership of any kind that shows politicians, the general public, banking industry, insurance industry, that you are unified under a common goal and are professional? Or are you all out there on your own islands, Rhode Island maybe, doing your own thing, independent of each other? Kind of like this weird Hunger Games thing, like I got this and you got that and you can't have mine and I don't want yours. There's no unity. So I feel that that is a weakness for the short-term rental industry versus us long-term landlords. We all know each other. There's people that have been doing this for longer than I've been alive. And they're going to do it for another 30 years. There's strength in numbers, there's strength in history, and there's strength in legacy, in a proven model that is sustainable and saleable. Cities and towns and states, they know that long-term rentals are needed. They understand that they have a place and fit into every community across this country. Where do short-term rentals fit in? Well, what it does, first and foremost, is take away housing options for long-term renters. And good luck trying to sell your pitch here in Rhode Island. We're less than 3% of our vacancy. So if somebody wants to go out and find a rental, they're struggling. And you as a short-term rental owner want to take one more house off of that potential list of properties to rent. Each one that comes off makes the vacancy that much more competitive, drives rent prices that much higher. So off the bat, there's going to be red tape. There's going to be bureaucracy. There's going to be laws. There's going to be zoning changes, all of which that you have no control of. None at all. Zero control. You want to lawyer up? Go ahead. There goes all your profits. So that's the first point why I don't like it. The second point is, what is your competitive advantage between you and the next Airbnb owner, or even a hotel or a bed and breakfast, for example? What is your advantage besides your location? All right, you got an ocean view, you got a wonderful dock, you have a nice balcony, you have a big great room with a TV. These are simple things that are easily reproduced and replicated by other people. So you're investing big time money into a risky business with something that is generally not that competitive. It's not that you have the best Airbnbs of all the Airbnbs and I must be in yours. It's just, oh yeah, this one's available, I can afford the price, and it has a parking spot. Oh, and it has Wi-Fi. All right, I'll take it. Okay, there's no loyalty. There's no brand loyalty. There's no customer service wow factor. Okay, you sent me a code with my lock to get into the house. Thank you. Like, it's very transactional. So that over time, as more people get into the business of short-term rentals, will just make it harder and harder and squeeze you more and more to where maybe it doesn't make sense. Maybe you're not making the numbers that you used to, or it doesn't make sense to even purchase the property because you know the trend is downward, right? Or the trend is getting slimmer and slimmer. So that's second point. Third thing is, what are you doing for maintenance? What are you doing for management? People call us all the time, hey, can you manage my Airbnb? No, we can't do it. See you later. Good luck. Bye-bye. Totally different animal than what we do. This is a way different business model. And we love this business model because we've perfected it. We've made it efficient. People love to work with us, work for us. They know what they're getting. On the other side, you're going to need maintenance, right? But you're telling this handyman, like, hey, I got one Airbnb unit and I might call you in 6 months for the air conditioner. What type of loyalty are you going to get from a service provider, a handyman? It's going to be very hard unless you have a lot of units, or you know a bunch of people that have a lot of units, and you can promise this person work and steady income and opportunity for growth, retirement options, things like that. I don't think you can do that. How are you going to find them? You're going to pay top dollar. You're going to call Gem Plumbing. They're going to take your firstborn. They're going to take your secondborn, right? And you're going to pay. So instead of that AC repair with us costing $150, you're spending $1,050. That's just how it's going to work. You're going to pay top dollar for those service providers just because you have a small impact and a small amount of units available for them to even work on. The next thing, number 4, what is the long-term strategy? What is it? That is up to you to decide. For me, I believe that a long-term strategy in something that is called short-term by nature just doesn't make sense. Is this area going to be desirable in 10 years? Right? Is this beach house going to make sense? Is it going to get hit by a hurricane? Is the climate going to change and the floodwaters going to rise? What does my investment look like down the line? Will a bank finance it, more importantly? Okay, when we get rentals, the bank's giving us a 25-year mortgage. That shows us that they're comfortable and that they believe this property will be there for at least 25 years and beyond. Are they giving loans for Airbnbs? Probably. Are they risky? Yes. Are you paying higher interest? Probably. So look at that. What is the future for this type of investment? Considering the new push, right? The government intervention come creeping around your door, looking for fees, looking for restrictions, looking to make the neighbors happy, looking to change zoning maps. What is that going to be in 10 years? All those people, the zombies, right? The zombies are coming to you. They're off of us now. They're coming to you. Thank you. Thank you for doing that. So the fifth and the final thing here is that each market, okay, each community that you buy one of these properties in is subjective, it's temperamental, and it's unknown. You can buy something in what's a hot area right now, and there could be something that happens, and you're all done. It's all over. You look down in Newport, for example, hop-in and pop-in areas, all of a sudden you can no longer have Airbnbs in those neighborhoods. All set. Or public perception shifts. There was a murder in Newport, for example, in an Airbnb. A party happened, again, something you can't control, but just happens. So now in the public's eye, down in that community at least, it's got like a bad connotation. Like, I don't want to go in an Airbnb. I don't want to die. I like living. That could happen. So it's subjective and it's temperamental to so many things. So many things can change in a drop of a hat. It's just like your favorite comedian. They can say one little thing off kilter. Oh, no more shows, ticket sales are stopped. That's that business. You're walking on a tightrope every single day. With our business, we're not. We're walking down a flat sidewalk. Boom. And if we fall on the sidewalk. And if we really, really fall, we fall onto the side of the road. We're still safe, we're still flat, and it's just a little bit of a step to get back up there. That's all it is. But this business, you're like the walking Walendas, right? You're on that tightrope. You're like, I got this. $400 a night. Here I come. Is that how you want to live? Professionally? I don't. So just something to keep in mind. These 5 reasons. And trust me, there are plenty of benefits doing Airbnb compared to the long-term rental strategy. But overall, in the long haul, and that's now I'm on year 10 of doing this, it's all about the long haul. It's all about that, getting that wheel churning, right? You remember in the Titanic, they just left port, the guys are shoveling in the coal right down in the hull. And those mechanical, big, huge pistons, they're just starting to churn, right? And then they get out past Ireland, those things are firing. That's what it takes. It takes a while to get running like we do. But once you do, you're good. You just got to watch out for the icebergs. The short-term rentals, again, with the car analogy, you're going 0 to 60 in 4 seconds. I've got money, I got status, I got it all. But it's hard to sustain. So if anything you take away from this video, think sustainability, practicality, and longevity. Okay, once again, Greg Rice here in the bucket. Your property, your Airbnb, managed.